Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to today's episode of the Stack Bitcoin Show. I am your guide, your beginner-friendly guide to saving in Bitcoin. I guess it would help if I plugged in my headphones, huh? All right, there it is. Everything's sorted out, I think. Welcome to the stream. What's up, Effie? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. We're learning about Bitcoin today. If you have any questions, let me know. OK Clothing, what's up? Welcome to the stream. We are live on TikTok. We are live on YouTube. If you want to watch the screen and get the screenshots, the spreadsheets, and be able to see what I'm referring to when I'm talking, you can go over to YouTube, and you can get there by going to stackbitcoinshow.com. What's up, Gabby? I like Dr. Pepper, Gabby. What's up, Nola Chick? Welcome to the stream. Marguerite, welcome to the stream. Chilling on a Thursday. ABW in the house. Round of applause from the live studio audience for ABW. Do me a favor, guys, as you come in, hit that like button, help me promote the show, get on the algorithm's good side, and hopefully grow this channel. We gotta get this channel to 500K, guys. 500 subs. 500 subs, not even 500K. 500 subs. I don't know. I still haven't been able to figure out what I'm doing wrong. What am I doing wrong? Am I not stacking hard enough? I'm stacking hard enough, right? Anyway, let's keep the show rocking. Let's kick things off with the first segment of the show, and that is, of course, the Bitcoin strength. Today, the price of Bitcoin is $105,965.13. You can buy 943 Satoshis for a single dollar today. What is a Satoshi? A Satoshi is a fraction of a Bitcoin. Just like a dollar is made up of 100 cents, a Bitcoin is made up of 100 million Satoshis. If you can acquire 100 million Satoshis, you in essence have a whole Bitcoin. Why is that important? Because it lets you know that you don't need to buy a whole Bitcoin all at once. You can buy a fraction at a time. Okay? If you're walking down the street minding your own business, you look down, you see a penny, you pick it up, and all the day that penny could buy you, today anyway, 9 Satoshis for your penny. Okay? That is the stack. That is the Bitcoin strength. I'm rushing to the show, guys. I want to buy this dip. I want to buy this dip right now. So let's get going. Let's jump into. Cut the music. Let's get into the next topic. We're going to rush to the show, and then we're going to hang out afterwards and talk, okay? Why we stack? Why do we save in Bitcoin? Super simple. Rush into the show. We save in Bitcoin because saving in Bitcoin is like traveling back in time and giving yourself a perpetually increasing retroactive raise for the hours you already worked for as long as you hold a Bitcoin that represents those hours. That is why we stack. 4 minutes in, we're halfway through the show. Let's jump in and do the stack recap so we can do a purchase before the price keeps going up. Oh no, it's at 106 now. It's going up. It's going up. Shout out, round of applause from the live studio audience going out to Hard Huddle. What up? Good to see you in here, sir. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. All right, let's do the stack recap. Stack recap, because we don't only talk about stacking Bitcoin here Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5 p.m. Eastern. We actually do it every weekday. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back, August, Marcelo, and of course the homie over there, Sen. We're gonna call you Sen. Thanks, Sen, for coming back. I hope all is good with you. Hope you had a great week. Also, I don't understand. I think those are. Oh, let's say Ayo. Ayo, welcome back to the stream. Hope all is good. Okay, let's do some purchasing because I want to buy this dip. Where am I? I want to buy this dip right now. So let's look at the stack real quick. What up, Jose in the house? Round of applause from the live studio audience for Jose. All right, let's look at the stack real quick. Boom, boom. In 2025, we're up 35.33%. We're rushing through the show, Jose. We just did the whole show because they're trying to buy a sweet dip at 106. It was at 105 earlier, but all right, just keep going. Let's just keep going. Let's buy the dip, and then we'll come back and review the parts that we need to review, okay? All right, Where are we? Here we go. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see the screen. In 2025, we've set aside $3,940, and it's currently worth $4,533 for a gain of 15% just in 2025, 6 months in. In 2024, we did the same thing. We saved in Bitcoin, $20 a day, Monday through Friday, bam, bam, bam. And we saved $7,345.47 today. That Bitcoin is worth $12,997 for a gain of 76.94%. Tell me where I went wrong. Tell me what I should have invested in, huh? Tell me what I should have invested in that gets me 76% returns just last year. Tell me what I should have invested in that got me 15% returns in the past 6 months. Okay? Tell me what I should have invested in that got me 95.97% returns in the past 2 years. All right? Let me know. Put it in the comments, in the chat, whatever. I'll see you guys anyway. All right, we're dipping again. We're dipping. All right. In 2025, the average purchase price we've had here on the show is $94,997. Today, the price of Bitcoin is $106,000. So today, we're going to do a single stack. We're going to buy $20 worth of Bitcoin today. And now that we know how much Bitcoin we're going to buy, there's only one thing left to do. Time to stack some Bitcoin, baby. All right. I'm rushing through because I want to get a nice sweet buy. Maybe we'll get a buy under 100 at 105,000. That'd be awesome. Okay. For those of you new to the show, watching over on TikTok, maybe you don't know how we're buying Bitcoin. We're buying Bitcoin using the Strike app. If you want to learn more about how I use the Strike app or use my affiliate link to sign up to Strike, you can go to stackagainstthemachine.com. It'll take you to my affiliate link, and we can both get no fees for our next $500 worth of Bitcoin purchases if you sign up with my code. All right, Strike is open. I'm gonna hit buy. I'm gonna key in $20. Hit next, and I'm getting the price of $106,244. Should we buy it right now, or should we wait? Should we buy it right now, or should we wait? Let me know what you think in the chat right now. Let me know. Buy it right now. Wait for it to dip a little bit more, or just buy. Dip. Wait or buy. Wait or buy. We have about another 20 minutes worth of show going on. So should we wait for the purchase or should we buy? Jose says buy now. Tapping screens. Let's go. Tap the screen. Put some comments in there. Buy now or wait. Buy now or wait. Let's do an actual vote. We'll do a vote. Start a poll. Okay, here's the poll. All right, we're buying now. Starting the poll. Poll is started. You can vote on YouTube. Vote if we should buy right now or wait. Buy or wait. Right now I'm getting $106,284. Buy, 100%. 2 votes. Buy. There's 5 people in the chat. Vote. And you know what? Let's just do it. Okay. For those of you that voted said yes, let's go. Confirm. Boom. Drum roll. Buying $20 worth of Bitcoin right now while the dipping is dipping. Well, the dipping is good. And just like that, we've accumulated an additional an additional 18,646 Satoshis have been added to the stack live during the Stack Bitcoin show. If you're watching on TikTok and you want to see the spreadsheet I'm about to put up so I can talk about it, you can go over there and watch it on stackbitcoinshow.com. It'll take you to the same live stream, but it's on YouTube. So if you want to just have it up and watch it on YouTube, you can still comment here. You can still watch here. It's all good. It's just easier to watch because I have the spreadsheet up, right? But I won't be saying the same stuff. I'll be telling you what's happening. Okay. All right. We're gonna go over to the spreadsheet for 2025. Bam. And update it with today's purchase. Today is June 12th, 2025. And the price of Bitcoin we deserve today is $106,296.26 Bitcoin. We bought $20 worth. That got us 0.0001846 Bitcoin. 18,646 Satoshis. Remember, Satoshis are fractions of the Bitcoin. There we go. We're going to take this data from 2025, and our total purchases for 2025 are $3,960 worth, and it's worth about $4,556.20. What up, Carlos Aramillo in the house? Round of applause for my live studio audience for Carlos. Gee, welcome back, Carlos. Hope all is well. All right, we rushed through the episode, Carlos, so we can make a fat purchase down here at $106,000 Bitcoin, because dips are gifts, and we're not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. We're gonna go take the gift. Okay, hopefully it turns around from here. If not, whatever, we'll buy some more when it dips harder. We always buy the dips. Okay, all right, let's go back in 2020. Back at the beginning of the show, May 22nd, 2023. Let's add the purchase to that tracker as well. And as you can see, bam, there it is. Out of all the purchases we've done on the show, 1, 2, 3, 4, including today, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops, hold on. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 purchases, including the one we did today, are in the red out of 540 buys. Out of 540 Bitcoin purchases that we've done in the past since May 22nd, 2023, only those are in red. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? All right, let's check out our stack full value right now. All right, so here on the show, we've been stacking Bitcoin, saving in Bitcoin since May 22nd, 2023. And the value of our Bitcoin, the amount of money that I've saved into Bitcoin is $14,796.98 so far. It seems like the number has been stuck at 14,000 for a while. What is going on here? Is that right? 7. Okay, make sure I'm copying up. Have all the right data. Yeah, that's right. It's interesting. Yeah, is it? Oh yeah, because we're not doing that much during the show. We're doing $20 buys. That's right. Okay, so it's $14,796. That's how much you've set aside, and it's currently worth $28,952.32. Damn, that's good. It's like double our money almost, right? And through other ways that we've done here on the show to figure out how we can save more Bitcoin, we have done things like sold stuff out of my garage to reclaim those stranded Satoshis, those stranded Bitcoin. We've received donations from generous viewers of the show, supporters of the Stack Bitcoin show. We've done a 100-day Bitcoin savings challenge in the past, and we're also currently in the middle of a 100-day Bitcoin savings challenge. I'll show you the details in a second. We've also done the 21 Moto project, where I ride my Grom instead of driving my truck, and whatever mileage I put on my Grom, I buy 21 cents worth of Bitcoin per mile. So we've been accumulating slow and steady, right? And we got the side hustle stuff where, I don't know, you can hire me to do random stuff. You can hire me to help you set up your wallet for Bitcoin. You can help me, you can hire me to help you figure out your Bitcoin strategy. In other words, where you're going to buy your Bitcoin, where you're going to store your Bitcoin, how you're going to take it off the exchange. I'll train you to do all that stuff in a way that doesn't compromise your security. I'll tell you exactly how security works. I'll help you figure out your seed phrase and all that stuff without me actually being exposed to the seed phrase. I'll walk you through it. I've done it with family members. I've done it with friends. So it's what I would like for somebody to have done with me when I first started. I had to go watch videos and learn a lot of stuff, but I can offer that as a service, right? Where it's tailored to you and the way you want to store and save Bitcoin. Okay. But anyway, that's kind of the side hustle stuff that I have on there, including I've even emceed an event before just to get more Bitcoin. And I'm not, and mowing my neighbor's lawn or trimming his trees is not beneath me. I'll do that for some Bitcoin, for some extra stacks, because remember, any Satoshi was going to be worth a lot more down the road. So if you can stack any which way you can, you know, it'll be worth it. Okay, it'll be worth it. All right. So with all those different schemes and ways of earning and creating more Bitcoin, creating value so you can stack more Bitcoin, we are finally at we are at about 0.37573393 Bitcoin for an estimated USD value of about $39,924.25. I see Bitcoin Beacon in the house. What up, Beacon? Oh shoot! Sorry for blowing your eardrums. Damn! Round of applause. for Bitcoin Beacon. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, it's crazy, right? All right, let's check out. Let's dip into our 100-day Bitcoin savings challenge that we have going on right now on TikTok. TikTok has a very popular savings challenge. It's called the 100 envelopes challenge. Okay, and over 100 days, you set up a binder with 100 envelopes or 100 slots, and each slot is worth the number of the slot it's worth. So, for example, slot 1 or envelope 1 is worth $1. Envelope 100 is worth $100. Okay, so you have to put cash money, paper cash, physical money, into these envelopes for 100 days straight, without skipping days and without doing multiple envelopes per day. It's only one envelope per day, but you can choose which order you do them in. You can put them in. You could do envelope 100 when you have lots of cash, when you just got paid. You could do envelope 1, envelope 2 when you're struggling to make it to the next paycheck, right? And either way, you're practicing you're practicing how to save. You're practicing going through the struggle of committing to saving a little bit each day for 100 days, right? Hopefully builds a habit of savings, right? But the problem with that is, by the time you're done with that challenge, you're about 3 months in. And since you're 3 months in, depending on how inflation's going, you could be losing purchasing power on your savings just in those 3 months alone, right? Because you're saving about $5,050, right? So what we're doing here is we're taking the 100 envelopes challenge, and we're giving it the Bitcoin treatment. We're taking the 100 envelope challenge and putting it on the Bitcoin standard. And instead of stacking cash like a Neanderthal in an envelope, we're stacking Bitcoin okay? So the spreadsheet you're seeing on the screen right now, and if you're on TikTok and you want to see the spreadsheet, go to stackbitcoinshow.com. I have it up on the screen. I'm telling you exactly what I've done so far. We're about 18 days? 18 days into the 100-day Bitcoin savings challenge on TikTok. Today I just purchased a little bit before this dip. I bought it at like 107,000. I thought that was a dip, but it kept dipping, so it's okay. Anyway, on that list, we have 82 days left on the 100-day Bitcoin savings challenge. I'm currently at $960 saved, and that got us to 914,274 satoshis, right? And that is currently worth $971.50. So our savings in Bitcoin for the 100-day Bitcoin savings challenge have already grown by 1.2%. Yeah, it might dip a little bit more and we'll get back in the negative, but that's fine. And over the long term, the price of Bitcoin trends up. So if you can hold it long enough, you'll be fine. Okay. We're saving money here that we don't need in the next 3 months minimum, right? And if it dips a little bit more, we just wait for it to come back up and we should be fine. Okay. Again, it's important to get this point across that you don't want to save money that you need immediately. You save money that you need down the road, like for your long-term savings. Okay, you pay your bills, pay your rent, pay all that stuff, and then just save whatever you have as a surplus that you'll be saving for long terms anyway. Okay, all right. So that's it. That's the 100-day Bitcoin challenge recap so far. It's pretty crazy, huh? It's pretty wild. So yeah, just chilling. Okay. If you have any questions over on TikTok, hey Robin, thanks for tuning in. Hope all is well. My name is Roman. I talk about Bitcoin here Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5 p.m. Eastern. Why do I talk about Bitcoin? Why do I talk about Bitcoin? Because I think it's the greatest opportunity that people need to know about. It's the way to get out of that rat race, the way to stop living paycheck to paycheck. The only way I think people should be saving their long-term savings. Okay, because when you save your dollars, when you save your money in dollars, you're subject to debasement. And the purchasing power of your savings continues to go down and down and down the longer you hold it. Whereas it's the exact opposite if you save in Bitcoin. When you save in Bitcoin, it's like traveling back in time and giving yourself a perpetually increasing retroactive raise for the hours you've already worked for as long as you hold a Bitcoin that represents those hours. That is why we stack. I know I redid that, but sorry guys, some of you guys just tuned in. If you're in here, you're new to the show, do me a favor, say hello in the chat, tap the screen if you like what I'm saying, and subscribe if you haven't already if you want to. Okay, no worries, no rush. And please do hit that like button. It helps with the algorithm. I can see that you guys are chatting, doing the like. It's helping because look, we have 7 people in here now, and before when you guys don't interact as much, we don't get as many people. Okay. So Jose says you need a second spreadsheet indicating the same Bitcoin purchase as saving and with an inflation calculator to see how. Oh yeah. All right, I'm air horning the bejesus out of that one because that's a great idea, Jose. That's a great idea. We're gonna do that. We're gonna add that. We're gonna add that a spreadsheet that tracks our savings in dollars. Oh, oof, right? And then we could do side by side comparison, right? I mean, I guess we can still retroactively do that, right? Yeah, we can still retroactively do. I guess. Maybe we might even just be able to add a column. We might even just be able to add like another field within our existing sheet. Yeah, because how would that work? How would that work? I'm gonna bring up the spreadsheet, for example, right here, right? So this is the money we actually paid for it. So that actually would be our savings. That actually would be our savings in dollars if we had just saved the dollars. But this doesn't account for the loss in purchasing power, right? Is that what you mean? That would be a good one, right? Like this $14,000 a year ago or 2 years ago, whatever, would buy you a lot more stuff than it buys you today, right? To buy the same stuff today, you would need $28,000, right? That's okay. There's something there. I just need to think it through. Let's talk about it, Jose. That's good. The older the purchase, the longer they would be debased. Yes, the older the purchase, the longer they would be debased. Exactly. You can use the DXY dollar index to track of buying power. Oh yeah, okay. That's a really good idea, and we're gonna figure out how to do it because that's a very strong detail there. So they need their own calculator. They need their own calculation. Oh yeah, each line needs its own calculation per purchase. Right. Okay. Yeah, we'll make it work. We'll make something happen because that's a really good idea. Draven, welcome to the stream. Hope all is well. If you have any questions, we're talking about Bitcoin. This is a beginner-friendly show. We don't do any kind of altcoins. No Ethereum. No meme coins. No poop coins. None of that stuff. We only do Bitcoin. We buy the Bitcoin. We take custody of the Bitcoin, and we hold on to it. And slow and steady, or maybe not even that slow actually, but steadily, 50% growth year over year so far since the beginning of Bitcoin on average, right? So if you can hold Bitcoin for 2 years, you almost, you can't say guarantee, right? But it's very likely that you'll double your money. And we've done that here on the show. Since May 22nd, 2023, we've doubled our money. Okay. DXY is going down another 10% this year for sure. I wonder how. Okay, I don't think I 100% understand that. I can't like visualize it as easily as I can visualize the price of something in Bitcoin, which might be a good thing. But I need to flip back to that fiat perspective to see that to look at how to show the loss of purchasing power in terms of dollar, not even in terms of Bitcoin. Okay. So we'll come up with a way to add a chart to that, or add like a line, or maybe like Jose said, a completely new spreadsheet. But that's something that for sure should be tracked. The purchasing power of the dollar. Similar to the burrito, exactly. For those of you that are new to the show, we do this burrito index as well. Thanks for bringing that up, Bitcoin Beacon. I know some of you guys have seen this before, but since we got some new people in here watching, let's go just review the burrito index, okay? The burrito index, the best burrito, in my opinion, that you can have is, that you get at most places, right? I'm not talking about the specialty stuff. I'm not talking about the lengua. I'm not talking about the tripas. I'm not talking about the birria. I'm just talking about the regular stuff that you can get at most Mexican restaurants, okay? Carne asada, beans, cheese, and sour cream. That is the best burrito you could ever get. From the standard fare, okay? Not from the specialty stuff, the standard fare, okay? I get my burrito. It cost me $13.70. It's an expensive burrito because they charged me extra for the sour cream. Can you believe this, guys? Right? They take out the pico and they charge me extra for the sour cream. What happened to the pico? Anyway, it used to cost me it still costs me $13.70 for that burrito. But back on October 3rd, 2023, it cost me 49,603 Satoshis. 49,603 fractions of a Bitcoin. Okay. Today, since the price of Bitcoin has gone up so much compared to October 2023, now it only costs me 12,889 Satoshis today instead of 49,603 Satoshis. So you see that? See what happened there? The cost of my burrito in terms of Bitcoin went down 74%. Okay. In terms of dollar, the cost of the burrito stayed the same, right? But since I've been saving in Bitcoin and I was making $13.70 per hour, I mean, not really, but I just say that. Because I think the minimum wage is actually $13.75, I think, something like that. The national minimum wage, which is insane. Okay. So let's say I was making minimum wage of $13.70 or somewhere around there. 1 hour of my life was worth one burrito, right? But since I saved that 1 hour of my life into Bitcoin instead of buying a second burrito, right? That $13.70 worth of value that got me 49,603 Satoshis back in the day can now buy me about four burritos. So I can buy one burrito now with 15 minutes of my life. And that's only after holding Bitcoin for 2 years, right? So that same idea, that same formula works for everything else that you have to pay for in your life. And when you save in dollar, the price of everything will continue to go up and you'll never be able to keep up with inflation no matter how many jobs you work. Even if you have 2 jobs and an Uber on the side, eventually inflation will catch up with you and you won't be able to live the lifestyle that you're used to. You won't be able to eat burritos with carne asada, beans, cheese, and sour cream. Maybe you'll have to eat just bean tacos at home. And then you'll be so broke that you just have to eat tortillas with lemon and salt. And then you'll be so broke, you're just going to have lemon and salt. Maybe just salt. And you'll be living in your car. If you even still have a car by then, right? That is the fiat standard. That is what the dollar promises you. That is what the dollar is designed to do. The dollar is designed to keep you poor, keep you working your whole life, and so that you have nothing in the end. Okay? Bitcoin is designed to keep the value of your savings away from that inflation that wants to keep you poor and working your whole life and own nothing in the end. Okay? Super easy. So when you look at somebody and say, okay, well, how much Bitcoin should I buy? Like, I don't know, however much Bitcoin you feel like you should have, but only keep as many dollars as you're okay with getting debased on, right? Most people say, oh, like 1 or 2% of your portfolio, don't do more than that of Bitcoin. I say no. I say only keep as much dirty, stinking dollars as you feel comfortable with getting debased on. Because you're going to get debased on that. It's a guarantee. Okay? And it doesn't matter who's in office. Okay? It doesn't matter who's in office. The Democrats are going to print for one reason and the Republicans are going to print for another reason. But you're still going to get inflation. Okay? They're still going to print the money. They're just fighting over who gets to control the money printer. They're just fighting over who gets to point which way the money printer prints money. But nobody's talking about not printing money. Okay? Everybody's printing money. Doesn't matter who it is. Okay? It doesn't matter who it is. Everybody's printing money. They're just fighting over which way the printer's pointing. I want to point the printer at this thing. I want to point the printer at my friends. Whatever, right? It doesn't matter. You're getting debased on either case. Either case, you're getting debased. Okay? So what do? Super simple. It's not even that hard. Okay? I can run a whole show on TikTok and YouTube and Stack and have a blast. Right? It's if I can do it online while I'm doing a show and being a DJ and everything, right? You can do it. You can do it. It's super easy. Okay. If you're watching on TikTok and you want to learn how to buy Bitcoin, there's a post comment there's a pinned post that I have on my profile that tells you exactly how to buy Bitcoin, exactly how I buy Bitcoin here on the show using the Strike app. Boom. Use it. If you use my affiliate link on there, we'll both get $500. No, we'll both get no fees off of our next $500 worth of purchases, which is sweet. I appreciate that. Hit me up. Okay. There it is. That's how easily you buy it. Okay. Don't go join Coinbase or Gemini or any other exchange that has a bunch of other coins, right? Poop coin casinos. because they're gonna try to tempt you into buying these other coins that they say, okay, look, if you buy $100 worth of this coin, you're gonna get 100 of these coins instead of just like a fraction of a Bitcoin. No, that's a scam. It's set up to it's called like, what's it called? What's that called, Hard Huddle? There's a specific term for it. I'll wait for it to pop up. Anyway, they try to trick you into thinking you're gonna get more value by buying this other coin that you're gonna get more of, but that coin isn't really worth anything, right? So buy Bitcoin only. And then we also teach here to, once you buy the Bitcoin and you get to a certain level, you start to do self-custody. You take the Bitcoin off of the exchange, you host it in your own wallet, and now you are free from the system. Then nobody can take your Bitcoin away from you. Unit bias. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Andrew. You nailed it. Unit bias. Okay, unit bias is the way they trick you to make you feel like you're getting more value for something, right? But let me use the same unit bias idea on you, but in a way that shows you that it's a scam. Okay, so you can buy one. You can buy for $100. I'm gonna sell you a quarter of a Julian cherry pie, apple cherry pie. Okay, you can have a quarter of it. Okay, but for the same $100, I'll sell you 100 pieces of poop. Don't you want the 100 pieces of poop? It's 100 of them. Come on. Don't buy that quarter of a cherry pie, dude. It's not even a whole pie for $100. How about I sell you 100 pieces of poop instead, and you're gonna have 100 of them. 100, not 0.25. Come on, who wants 0.25 when you can have 100 of something, right? Okay, that's number bias. And if you're buying anything that's not Bitcoin, you're buying poop. Okay, we just try not to curse here on the show, because if you're watching it with your kids in the background, I want you to be able to watch it with the kids in the background and not be an issue. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, that's unit bias, number bias, unit bias. Okay, that's what the scammers use to trick you into buying their coins instead of buying Bitcoin. Okay, so don't buy any other kind of coins, only buy Bitcoin. And once you have enough Bitcoin, let's say 0.01 Bitcoin, you want to learn how to self-custody your Bitcoin. Okay, it's called custody Bitcoin. You create your own wallet. You take it off the exchange. There's different types of wallets. I have a couple of episodes on my YouTube channel describing that, and maybe I'll start making videos about that next step here on TikTok as well, so we can have a couple more pinned videos to just kind of do the standards, like the basics, like basic Bitcoin hygiene, right? Basic Bitcoin hygiene, something like that, right? But yeah, it's been super crazy seeing all of the growth, right? And in times like today, in times like these, let's say in times like these, when lawlessness is in place and people are getting abducted for no reason without due process, like, do you want to have your life savings in a checking account that the government could just seize because you looked weird, because you look different, because you don't look the way they want you to look, right? Could they say, oh, you ran a red light, or you didn't fully stop at the stop sign, now you are a criminal, now we will take over your accounts, your bank account or something, right? Well, if you're custodying your own Bitcoin, it doesn't matter, right? As long as your seed phrase is safe and you have that set up, nobody can seize that from you, right? If you need to leave or are forced to leave, right, then you can have your stuff with you, right? Yeah, should you memorize your seed phrase? Absolutely, but don't have it as a primary way to store it. But you should definitely memorize your seed phrase now, right? Because let's say you get picked up and you get sent somewhere and you have to restart your whole life in a different country, right? You'll have at least a nest egg or at least something to start with, right? If you get deported and all your bank accounts and your homes stay here in the United States, right? That's it. What, you've been saving your whole life in your 401k or whatever, that's got seized too, right? You've been saving, you've been paying on a house, that goes away too. What do you have? Nothing, right? Nothing but your seed phrase, right? So it's a good thing to do, to know that stuff. Okay, all right. Where were we? All right. I know I don't talk politics here very much, guys. I'm not a political dude, but I am a moral person, I believe. Make your value portable when you memorize your seed phrase. Yeah, you do make your value portable when you memorize a seed phrase. And if you can't get to your signing device or can't get to your stuff, you can start over, right? As long as your original seed phrase hasn't been compromised, you can start over wherever you end up if you have that memorized. That's a really good approach. All right. Alrighty. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna show you guys something that's hilarious, just to like finish off the episode. I was I was browsing on TikTok, and this video pops up of the what are they even calling it? The Trump's dictator parade, right? He's about to have his dictator parade this weekend. On June 14th is the event, a military parade, right? The dictator military parade, where they have like tanks and stuff going down the street, demonstrating the power. It's like, come on, that's just like. Anyway, I thought it was hilarious. I saw this on TikTok, and I had to check to see if it was true. That they're hiring people to take up the seats. They're hiring people to take up the seats. Look at it's on Craigslist. They put a Craigslist ad up. How lame is that? Anyway, it's kind of crypto related because guess what they're getting paid in. Guess what they're getting paid in? Look, here it is. I'm not kidding. The URL, just go to washingtondc.craigslist.org. Go to the gigs section right here. You see that? And go to talent gigs. Oops, I'm not clicking on the screen. There it is. Go to gigs, go to talent gigs, and look for seat fillers needed. June 14th, Constitution Avenue, Washington, D.C., right? Look at compensation is a flat fee of $1,000. I'm like, ooh, $1,000. You want to know how to make $1,000, guys? Not by going to this thing, because they're not going to pay you in dollars. They're going to pay you paid in cryptocurrency provided by Fight LLC. That's a Trump coin. You're gonna get paid in poop. You're gonna get paid in poop coins. Look at this. It's ridiculous. The Team Mello Events is looking for seat fillers and extras to provide their time for space maximizing and attendance perception for an event taking place in Washington, D.C. on June 14th. Extras and seat fillers will check in on the morning of June 14th at 9 a.m. Extras are required to wear red, white, and blue clothing and will be provided with a red hat. Gold accessories are acceptable as well, because we know we like gold, right? Right. The team will advise the extras where to stand or sit according to the line of sight from a VIP viewing platform area. Extras and seat fillers will be paid a flat daily fee and will be provided a lunch of fast food and soda. Let's go! Free food. We encourage people of color and ethnic groups to sign up for maximum perception control, as these individuals will be prominently displayed on the television broadcast and local viewing screens to be seen by the VIP platform. How freaking ridiculous. How ridiculous. Anyway, it's wild. It's wild. What a loser. What a loser. So all I have to say about that one is this, guys. Right here. Let me cut this music right here. Where's that? Here we go. Ready?
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
All right, guys. That's all I got. That's all I got for you guys. That's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. A little stack Bitcoin show action with a little in the end. That's right. That's right. It's no fascist zone. This is a no fascist zone. Get out. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another stack and another episode of the Stack Bitcoin Show. But until then, remember, if you ain't stacking, well, hold on. I want to end on the right music. Until then, remember, if you ain't stacking, you're slacking. Bye, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
Let's go.